My name is Tom with WeaponsEducation.com, and if you're new to the channel, I welcome you and I thank you for watching. Of all the hundreds of videos I've done, I can't believe I'm about to say the things I'm about to say. Right off the bat, this video is focused on a gag order by the federal government to not allow Americans to speak in any way, shape, or form about firearms or ammunition on the internet, text, any type of social media, magazines, all illegal, up to 20 years in prison, up to $1 million fine per incident. It's very important, and our action is urgently needed to ensure that online blogs, videos, and web forums devoted to technical aspects of firearms and ammunition do not become subject to prior review by State Department bureaucrats before they can be published. See, what the government wants is for us to, like, if I did a video on any gun, a Kimber, and I did a video, I have to put it in for approval. And then wait, and wait, and wait. And they're going to come back and say, possibly, who knows, make these changes, or no. That's what they want, is for us to get approval from the government to speak about guns and ammunition. Absolutely appalling. This is very, very serious, and the backbone of my channel from day one has been to talk about the Constitution of the United States. Those of you who have been with me from day one, you know I've done that. Love this country, and I love what we stand for, and I love everything about this country. I've always had a strong relationship with the NRA, and you know I'm very tight with the NRA. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you one of my interviews, the latest interview I did with our leader, Mr. Wayne LaPierre. And that doesn't just fall into your lap. It takes a lot of coordination, work, and I'll show you that at the end of this video. Now, the NRA has been there for us fighting these horrendous battles, and there's been a lot in the previous 5 years. For instance, the so-called assault weapons ban. The NRA helped us fight, win that, beat that. The green tip ammunition, we beat that. But this one now, I can't believe what I'm about to tell you. If you're not aware of it, and I doubt you are, because it's very new. All right, whether you like President Obama or not, that's your business, but this is what's going on. The State Department, who is headed by the Secretary of State, presently John Kerry, is wanting to update what is called ITAR, I-T-A-R, the International Traffic Arms Regulation, hence the word international. So this has been in effect for a long time, the old version of ITAR. Now they've come up with a new version, and we've got from now until the beginning of August to speak our minds, us Americans. Please pass this video to everybody, because if the current version of what this present administration wants passed will make it illegal to speak about guns, firearms, ammunition, if you're a gunsmith, if you're just a tinker at home, if you're a hunter and you want to talk about anything related to guns, it will be illegal. $1 million fine, up to that, up to 20 years in prison. Gosh, it's like, I can't believe I'm saying this. It's like, are we in China? Is our government actually going to stifle us from what we say on the internet, what we text, what's in our gun forums? My own channel, WeaponsEducation.com, is where all my videos are on the guns and everything we talk about, how to properly own and clean and shoot and all the proper things, this is a family-oriented channel, over 500 videos are up there. They would all be illegal if this gets passed. Plus, my forum, our forum, WeaponsEducation.net. It's a gun forum where people chat about, oh, yeah, I went to the range today and, yeah, what do you think about this magazine? Oh, it's all illegal. You can't talk about that no more if this gets passed in its verbiage that it is right now. I'm asking for everyone to share this video because this is very real. And you're going to see a link below, which I'm going to ask you to put your comments in, and we'll get to that in a moment. Now, let's get into what's really going on because everyone can't even grasp how bad this really is. Okay, first of all, like I said, ITAR, I-T-A-R, is the International Traffic in Arms Regulation. It was not in effect prior to the internet. Now, the government and this current administration, I always thought this administration would do something to get our guns by the end of this current president's term, and this is what they're doing. They're trying to make it illegal for us to freely talk, First Amendment right, to freely talk about guns and ammo on the internet. Videos, YouTube, all gone. Channels like this, every gun channel, gone. Illegal, you're a felon. So because it was designed prior to the internet, well, this current administration, and whether you like the administration or not, that's your business. We're talking about gun rights and our First Amendment right in the Constitution of the United States. We have to go back to the Constitution, and everything should be based on the Constitution. Well, how could this happen, you're saying to yourself? How could the President, Obama, just pass this? Doesn't have to go through Congress? Doesn't have to go through the Senate to get approved? Well, he's claiming he's going to use what's called executive order. His pen, and the way the NRA puts it, he will use his imperial pen like he's promised he would do, and has done in several different occasions. Specifically, he's used executive order a lot during his presidency. Just sign away, it's law. Now, we have from now until the beginning of August to say we are not going to put up with this. And I'll tell you what to write in your comments. This is huge, folks. This is going after the right for us to speak about what we want to speak about freely. It's like becoming a communist country. I can't believe I just said that, but am I right or am I wrong? If this passes in its present state? This is an email I got from one of you guys, a friend, a subscriber. We're all friends. We're all in this together. We're all Americans. And I'm going to highlight, I'm going to quote and unquote, I highlighted what he said here. And he's basically getting at what the government should be looking at instead of what they're doing with fighting gun rights. Okay, ISIS is on the move. Yes, they are. Borders are unsecure. Yes, they are. We should be concerned with terrorist groups smuggling in nuclear and biological ordinances into this country. Yeah, I think we should be concerned with that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing a video in the future, and I can't believe I'll be doing a video on this, on gas mask. Yeah, gas mask. Super high-end, custom-made gas mask, because there's a huge demand for it, because people are concerned. We'll do that in the future. Now, ITAR. Okay, I'm getting back to his comment. Excuse me. Now, he goes on to say, and so the government is not talking about ISIS. The government is not talking about all the different problems we have with biological weapons and smuggling these weapons into the United States and all the terrorist groups and our borders being unsecure. But what is the government talking about? Attempt to attack not only the Second Amendment, but the First Amendment, of freedom of speech. Think about it. What is more powerful, TV or social media? I mean, social media by far. Anyone, every person on planet Earth can get on social media and speak their mind. And but it depends on what country you're in, especially in the United States. We're not limited to what we can say, unless we're talking about a crime. That should be illegal. If you're talking about abusing a child, of course that should be illegal on the internet. And it is. You can't talk about crimes. But of course you can talk about things like protecting your family and the Constitution of the United States and the different amendments, such as the First Amendment, the Second Amendment. Of course you should be able to speak about that. They're trying to say it should be illegal for you to speak about the Second Amendment on the internet. That's appalling to me. Okay, now back to what his quote is. Okay, he's got 2 sons fighting, and they've been on multiple deployments and more to come. What do I tell them when they ask me why they should continue to do what they do for us? They swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. We need answers. Here's a man with 2 children fighting for us, putting their lives on the lines, and he doesn't know what to tell them. They're going to come home from a deployment, and then he's going to have to tell them, oh, by the way, you can't get online and talk about your Glock 17 no more. It's illegal. It's a felony. All right. That's the gist of it. I'll be talking more about this. If it wasn't for the NRA, no one would even know about this, because this was a backdoor effort by this current administration. And like I said earlier, whether you like this administration or not, that's your business. It's America. That's what it's all about. We can like who we want to like and dislike who we want to dislike. That's normal. We're human beings. But you cannot let the government impede on our Constitution of the United States. Therefore, there's 2 links below. First thing you got to do is you got to be a member of the NRA. If you're not a member, I'm sorry, you shouldn't even, I'm being pretty bold right now, have the right to even comment on videos like this or any gun videos. If you're pro-gun, pro-Second Amendment, pro-Constitution of the United States, you're not a member of the NRA, that's you should be a little ashamed of yourself. It's normally $35 a year. With me, it's $25 a year. The link is below. You get $2,500 worth of free gun insurance. That alone is worth it. You get a goodie when you join. And then there's another link below, and that is for you to put your comment in. Now, let me prep you for your comment. And those of you who are really good at writing comments, I need your help right here, okay? But generally speaking, what you want to say is, you're going to see the link, and you're going to read all this legal jargon from ITAR, from the State Department, that even the NRA said we had to get our lawyers to narrow it down to just one paragraph, basically, that says it'll be illegal to talk about firearms and ammunition if this gets passed. So we have to the beginning of August to basically put our comments in. You should write something to the effect of, I do not believe that any portion of the ITAR situation should affect my First Amendment right. I would like to continue to have the freedom to speak freely on the internet related to firearms and ammo. Put your comments in on whatever you believe on that link below. It goes right to all the lawmakers, and they're all going to see it. So, I went longer than I wanted to because I hope I kept your attention, but this is an extremely important topic. You have until August 3rd. That's it. August 3rd, that is when public comments are open. The link is below for public comments. The link is below for you to join the NRA. And if we don't speak our mind now, the outcome very might well be where it's illegal for us to talk about guns and ammo online or in any way, shape, or form through high-tech devices. It's appalling. Thumb up the video and share this one, please. My name is Tom, and please subscribe. Mr. Wainlop here. Thank you so much for taking the time again, doing a promotional video for the NRA. My audience knows that I am a recruiter for the NRA, and Mr. LaPierre, please tell the world why right now is one of the most important times to join the NRA.
Tom, I appreciate everything, first of all, that you're doing for the Second Amendment for the National Rifle Association. I mean, the truth is, we're the majority in this country, but the media, people like Mayor Bloomberg, they'd like nothing better than to take this freedom away from American citizens. And even though they're in the Second Amendment, they're words on a piece of parchment paper about this thin, unless we as Americans stand up for these freedoms every day. Our country is the first country founded not on a race or religion or royalty, but on a set of God-given principles that we call inalienable rights. But unless we stand up for those principles, we'll lose them, and they'll be lost. So all of us win this one by one. That's the key. That's the only way to save our freedoms, and everyone needs to be a member of the NRA, because a growing NRA that's 6, 7, 8, 9 million members is the best way to save this freedom, and we need to battle every day to save it.
When everybody joins, it's basically like they're voting also. It's like taking the Second Amendment one level higher by making the NRA stronger by the numbers. We need 10, 15, 20 million members.
We do, and the fact is there's never been a more important election than 2014. I mean, the fact is that it's no secret that people like Mayor Bloomberg are going to be out there spending every penny they have to try to take away this freedom. And every single American that values their Second Amendment, values their freedom, needs to be out there working for it and voting